Hey everyone, and welcome back to our listeners, or a warm welcome if you're joining us for the very first time.
Indeed, I'm James Mitchell, and this is my fantastic co-host, Emma Johnson. You're tuned in to Gospel Mix, where we dive deep into gospel, Christian, and biblical topics.
That's right. We also explore the latest trends and some intriguing trivia within the Christian world. It's always a lively discussion, isn't it, James?
Absolutely, Emma. And speaking of lively discussions and what's happening in the Christian world, today we're tackling a question that often comes up: why churches pay for music rights, and specifically what organizations like CCLI have to do with it.
Okay, that makes sense. Scaling based on size. So, what exactly do these CCLI licenses cover? Like, if I'm a church, what am I getting for my money with CCLI?
Right. Well, CCLI, they're really the big player in the Christian music space. Their core offering is the CCLI Church Copyright License. This is pretty fundamental. It covers things like reproducing and projecting song lyrics, up on the screen during service, printing song sheets for the choir, and using worship songs during services themselves. For instance, a church with, say, 1,000 attendees, they might shell out around $564 a year for that. A church with 500 attendees, about $462 annually. And smaller churches, obviously, they pay less, maybe under $400 for a basic copyright license. It's quite a sensible system, really.
That's pretty reasonable for what it covers, I guess, especially for a bigger church. But what about, with everyone's streaming services now? Does that get covered too?
Ah, yes, absolutely. Crucial in this day and age, isn't it? CCLI also offers a streaming license that's specifically designed to cover worship services broadcast online. And there's even a Streaming Plus option if churches want to stream song recordings and multitracks. Prices for a basic streaming license can start around, say, $82 per year for churches that already have the main CCLI license. For an average church of 100 to 199 attendees, that streaming add-on might be around $15 per year, although that does seem a bit low, could be a partial cost or just a basic tier. Then there's the rehearsal license too, which allows churches to share commercial audio recordings among musicians for rehearsal purposes, starting around $95 annually for smaller churches. Quite comprehensive, all told.
Okay, so CCLI has got the in-service and basic streaming stuff covered. But you mentioned CCS earlier, Christian Copyright Solutions. What did they bring to the table? Is it like different types of usage?
Spot on, Emma. CCS really fills in the gaps where CCLI might not reach, particularly concerning public performance outside the actual religious service. Their big one is the CCS Perform Music license. This is quite important. It gives churches the freedom to play or perform over 28 million Christian and secular songs in their facilities, or even at satellite campuses, for what we call non-exempt activities. So think about it. Music playing before or after services, in the church coffee shop, youth events, concerts that don't charge admission, that's where Perform Music comes in. The fees for this, effective January 1, 2025, range from $297 annually for those smaller churches, 1 to 199 attendees, all the way up to a hefty $3,197 for the really large ones with 15,000 plus attendees. It's a different beast than CCLI, focusing on that broader public performance,
Oh, that makes total sense. I didn't even think about the coffee shop music or youth events. So it's about all the other times music is playing, not just during the sermon. Wow, that's a lot of categories to cover, eh?
Exactly. And it's not just in-person performances for CCS. They've also got their own streaming solution called the CCS Worshipcast license. This one is specific for webcasting or streaming performances of copyrighted music during worship services and special events, live or on demand, from a ministry-owned domain. So similar to CCLI streaming, but often complementary or for slightly different uses depending on the church's setup. The fees for Worshipcast, also effective January 1, 2025, go from $342 annually for the smallest churches to $3,652 for the largest, plus a one-time $25 setup fee. The clever bit is, they often offer a bundle of Perform Music and Worshipcast, which gives you about a 10% saving. Sensible, really, to combine them.
Oh, that's smart. A bundle. I mean, you'd probably need both if you're streaming and doing other activities. So that's CCLI and CCS. Are there any other major players in this space, or are those pretty much the main ones?
There are, actually. Another significant option is OneLicense.net. They operate a bit differently, but similarly base their yearly fees on average weekly attendance. Their range is quite broad, from a rather modest $50 for, say, 25 members, all the way up to $800 annually for churches with 20,000 or more members. They offer annual, event, and even single-use licenses, and crucially, you can bundle podcast and streaming rights with them as well. So churches certainly have choices, and it's about finding the right fit for their specific needs, their size, and what they actually plan to do with the music, you see.
Okay, so there are all these different licenses and prices based on church size and usage, but where does the money actually go? Like, who benefits from all these fees? Is it the artists, the publishers, the licensing companies themselves?
Excellent point, Emma. It's not just a black hole of money, is it? When churches pay these licensing fees to organizations like CCLI or CCS, these fees are collected, and then, after the licensing organization takes their administration fee, which is fair enough for their services, the rest is distributed as royalties. These royalties go directly to the copyright owners, which primarily means the songwriters and the publishers. So it's a direct flow of compensation to the creators of the music. The system, like CCLI's, it really simplifies copyright compliance for churches. They pay an annual fee and they get access to a massive catalogue of Christian music, rather than having to chase individual permissions for every single song. It'd be a nightmare otherwise, wouldn't it?
Oh, for sure. That would be, impossible for a church to manage, getting permission for every single song. So the licensing companies act as a kind of middleman to make sure the artists get paid. That's pretty smart.
Precisely. And to ensure those royalties are properly distributed, churches are often required to report their song usage. It's a crucial part of the process, ensuring the artists and publishers get their due. Now, there's also this thing called the religious service exemption in US copyright law, which allows for performing copyrighted music during religious services without a license. But, and this is a big but, this exemption generally doesn't apply to activities outside of the main service. So playing music before or after, streaming online, or reprinting lyrics, all those still need licenses. That's why these blanket licenses are absolutely vital for churches to stay compliant and, support the people creating the music.
Okay, that's a key distinction about the exemption. So this whole system, with all the churches paying for licenses, is it like a significant revenue stream for the music industry? Are we talking big money here for gospel music producers and artists?
Absolutely, Emma. We're talking big money. Some folks in the gospel music industry have highlighted just how significant this revenue is. One source even indicated that CCLI collects tens of millions of dollars annually, and the vast majority of that is then distributed as royalties. I mean, it's not insignificant at all. It's suggested that a single popular song within CCLI's top 25 can actually provide a substantial annual salary for a songwriter. And if a songwriter has multiple popular songs, well, that can lead to considerable wealth, really. This isn't just a small niche market, it's a commercial powerhouse. There are even discussions about the broader commercial aspects of Christian music, with artists, publishers, and even secular investors benefiting quite handsomely from these licensing structures. It's a proper industry, generating serious income and supporting a lot of creative talent.
Wow, tens of millions. That's incredible. So it's not just about churches being compliant, but it's really fueling an entire segment of the music industry. That's a huge impact, eh?
Exactly. It ensures that the creative work put into these songs is properly compensated, allowing songwriters and publishers to continue producing the music that resonates with millions. It's a symbiotic relationship, really. Churches gain legal access to a rich catalogue of music, and the creators are financially sustained. It's quite a robust ecosystem when you dig into it. And I think it's a pretty well-oiled machine, ensuring everybody, gets their due.
Wow, what an incredibly detailed look into the financial ecosystem behind gospel music, James. It's truly fascinating to see how these licensing structures not only ensure compliance, but also vital support for the artists we love.
Indeed, Emma. It underscores the commercial backbone that allows this inspiring music to thrive and reach millions globally. It's a testament to the dedication of both the creators and the churches.
Absolutely. And it's been such an insightful discussion today. We've covered a lot, from CCII to CCS, and the profound impact on the industry.
It certainly has. Thank you, Emma, for another engaging conversation, and thank you to all our listeners for tuning in to Gospel Mix. We truly appreciate you joining us.
If you enjoyed today's deep dive into why churches pay for music rights and the fascinating business of gospel music, please make sure to subscribe to Gospel Mix wherever you get your podcasts. You won't want to miss our future discussions.
Until next time, keep the faith and stay tuned for more enriching content.